Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a love reading for Virgo where we look at your future spouse or life partner and the energy surrounding this connection. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Virgos, please. All right, so we have the Ace of Cups, beautiful energy. Your person's also showing up as the Moon card, Cancer, Pisces energy. How they're viewing you, the Five of Swords. All right, and the connection, we see the Knight of Swords. So I do kind of feel some of you, this might be something that you don't see coming. It may be a connection that once it is known, it moves quickly. Wow, we see the Chariot card. I was about to say, you may want to check out the Cancer reading because they also got the Five of Swords in the same position here, Virgo. And there we have Cancer energy, the Chariot card coming through. So it feels like you definitely have someone with strong water, particularly Cancer or possibly Pisces here in their chart. Somebody here very loving, very nurturing, very creative. Very affectionate is what I'm getting. And we see the Ten of Cups in reverse. This may be somebody here who has been married and divorced, Virgo. This can also be someone here who's just, their last relationship was a long-term connection. But I do feel like their heart chakra is open. They're ready for love. It feels like they're relatively healed here from whatever happened there. They may be casually dating when you meet this person. I'm seeing with the Chariot card, there could be some distance between the two of you. Somebody here may drive for a living, or there might be like a bit of a drive to see one another. The Chariot card can also be travel energy, so someone may travel for work. Yeah, we see the Seven of Cups. Some of you could meet this person online or through dating apps. But the Seven of Cups is also an energy here of this person seeing things very clearly after what they've been through, what they want, what they need. They know what type of person calms their nervous system. They know what kind of relationship that they want. And I don't feel like this person is high drama at all. So I feel like my Virgos, you're going to really like that. How my Virgos are going to be feeling, the King of Pentacles. So this is telling me that you're going to feel very much so in alignment. You're going to sense that, oh, I could have stability with this person. We may want to be working towards the same things, the same type of life, building a future together. But you are going to be in true Virgo fashion in that King of Pentacles energy, grounded, and take your time assessing this connection. I also love the Seven of Cups in reverse because Virgo, it tells me this person's going to be really transparent about what they want, what they need, what they've been through, how they're feeling. And I like that. I feel like you're not going to have much confusion about how this person really feels about you or if they're into you or what they really want here. And I feel that's just going to be so refreshing. All right, so let's see what else we need to know. Yep, this person leads a healthy lifestyle. They live cleanly. They infuse exercise and healthy choices into their daily routines. They could be a Pisces, so we get that strong Cancer Pisces energy, or they have Pisces in their chart. An air of mystery surrounds this watery sign, and though they can be quiet, their thoughts and emotions run deep. All right, they may have a little bit of a jealous streak, and I feel that's something they're going to be honest with you about. That could stem from infidelity or insecurity, maybe from that past relationship or a past betrayal. But again, I feel like this isn't like red flag jealousy. I just feel that this person's going to tell you, this is, my toxic trait, right? But I'm not seeing it being one that they're not aware of or they're not working on. And it'll be out in the open, which is very different than somebody who just kind of blindsides you with, freaking out about you talking to someone. And I don't get it's that kind of jealousy. I don't feel like it's the type of jealousy that leads to drama, but, they will be uncomfortable if, other people are flirting with you or getting really close to you, Virgo. And I mean, romantic partners. I'm not talking about, like family members or not wanting to share you with anybody. And we see, this person has been deeply wounded, and trust must be established to open their heart. So we do see, because of that betrayal in the past. So again, this person isn't just up to giving it up to just anybody here, Virgo. All right. And we see that this person is creative. They potentially enjoy art, working with their hands, music. They enjoy putting ideas to work for them. So this really beautiful creative energy. Now with the moon, Cancer Pisces energy, this person is somebody who's very romantic. They're somebody who's, I'm hearing that they're very dreamy. They're very emotional. This is somebody who I feel like when they love hard, they love deep. Again, they may have a little bit of that possessive streak. But I also feel like this person's really romantic. This is probably going to be a telepathic connection here, Virgo. All right, let's see what else we need to know about them. We get ginger coming through. All right, so this person could have reddish auburn hair. They could, cook with ginger, drink ginger tea, have a cat named Ginger. All right, like to use ginger in, natural remedies and things like that. All right, they're awakened. All right, so you two will have something in common. You're going to feel like, okay, we really match on that level. We get each other. We see the world through a similar lens. And we see hot mess energy. Okay, some of my Virgos, you are going to be the organized one in this connection, because I do feel like this person could be creative and free-spirited and, sometimes all over the place, but I feel like it's more endearing than anything else. And you would be shocked. This person might be very different from your usual type and expectations, or you just might be shocked to see that there's such compatibility here between the two of you. Or this person just might be very, very, very different than what you initially see or sense from them. Because that moon energy, sorry about the background noise, that moon energy indicates that this person really is very layered. All right, so let's see what else we need to know. Bad health. Okay, some of you, this person may be recovering from some sort of accident, illness, or injury, or they had something serious there in their past, like a bad accident, or, maybe they had dengue or Zika virus at some point in time or something along those lines. Maybe even, they had cancer, something, it feels like, I don't think they're necessarily in bad health right now, okay, but like they may have had something that was quite dangerous or serious there with their health history. Some of you too, this person might work in healthcare. They may take care of people like in hospice, or, work in the emergency room or something like that. Oncology. Okay, we see high honor showing up in reverse. I feel like what this person does for a living may not necessarily be super glamorous. Okay, but I feel like it's like good, honest work, or it's kind of work that a lot of other people maybe don't want to do, couldn't do, don't, like I said, it might not be the most glamorous job, but it feels like it aligns with their values. Okay, like this is a good person who helps people. Again, they could be someone like a teacher, right? Like teachers are drastically underpaid, especially for what, for what they do, all the work they do, and then also because they're like raising children, right? For a lot of people. So I feel like, again, it might be something that isn't necessarily glamorous, but it's hard work, it's good work, it's honest work. It shows that I kind of get earth angel energy here from this person. All right. And we see gift energy showing up in reverse. Some of you too, what I'm getting is, I'm kind of getting an energy of like life hasn't necessarily been super easy for this person. Like what they have, they've really worked for. And, they may not, for example, have like a super glamorous job, but it's one that's in alignment with their values. And they're not used to things being handed to them. So what they have, they've kind of fought tooth and nail for. Okay, but I feel like they're walking their truth. I feel like they're in alignment with, you know, what they do. I mean, this person could be like an artist, for example. I mean, I know I was going on about, you know, being in healthcare or something like that. But, you know, it's like, it's kind of like, this is my passion. This is what I'm meant to do. And, you know, maybe it's not the most highest or the highest paying job, but I couldn't imagine doing anything else. That's kind of what I'm getting. All right, so like nothing's been handed to this person, and I do see that they work very hard. All right, let's see what else we need to know about them for my Virgos. What else do my Virgos need to know about this person? All right, they want to send you a message. Some of you, you could meet this person online. Maybe they already have your details. This person spends their money quickly. I kind of get, Virgo, that this person has this attitude towards money, like money comes and goes. It's not the most important thing in life. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to be a hot mess forever, or they're like wildly unstable or erratic with their spending. But I do feel like this is the type of person that their values aren't just on having things, buying things. They don't even necessarily need the most luxurious things. They want stability. They want peace. They want to feel like they're in alignment. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like luxury and flash. They may come from overseas, or their family does. All right, and we see music will be playing when they ask you out. So for a lot of you, this is somebody that you may meet in person, right? Somewhere music is playing. And we do see that they have lost a loved one within the last year. Okay, and that may be something that really heavily affected them. It feels like it could be like a friend, or it could be a parent. I'm kind of getting it might be something here unexpected, although we do see that maybe this person was someone's caregiver, okay? But for some of you, it was an unexpected loss. All right, so they're viewing you, Virgo, as the Five of Swords. They may see you as a little bit detached. They might feel like you're a little bit conflicted, again, because initially, you know, you might kind of see like this person's a bit of a hot mess, or we're not super compatible. But I do think, you know, or they might come off as a little bit closed off at first, right? But again, this person's intense. They love hard. They love deep. Yeah, they're seeing you as the Three of Swords. You may meet this person, Virgo, at a time of heartbreak. And some sort of heartbreak or loss could bring you two together. This person knows you've been through it. And I feel like, Virgo, for those of you who have experienced a lot of loss or disappointment or heartbreak, this is like one of the few people that gets it. And they kind of know how to hold space for you is what I'm getting. All right. And then we have the Six of Cups in reverse. Yeah. This person, you're grieving, Virgo, when you meet this person. Now, I don't know if that's the loss of a relationship, or you've also lost a loved one, or I don't know, you could also meet this person when you're really doing a lot of healing work, healing your past. Okay, but it does feel like you might be grieving some sort of loss when you meet this person. It could also be that you two, this is like for one of you out there, this is a really interesting message. For some of my Virgos, you may have had like a friend in common that you lose. Or, you know, I'm not saying it's a family member, but like somebody that you have in common that you lose. This person may also be feeling that same grief about that same person. Interesting. Okay. That's like for one of my Virgos out there. So how my Virgos are going to be feeling the Fool energy in reverse. You know, I'm not saying that you're going to be feeling foolish, because I do think you're going to feel in alignment. You're going to be feeling grounded. You're going to feel like, okay, we're really compatible in a lot of ways. But the Fool in reverse is also you not wanting to rush into anything, because it does feel like you're experiencing an intensity here with emotions, with grief, with loss, with sadness. So it's like I can see my Virgos being like, yes, this feels good, this feels right in a lot of ways, but I need to make sure I'm in a good headspace first. So I do think you're going to be a bit discerning there, not wanting to rush things. All right, this person, they're viewing you, that's Virgo energy. that you delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. All right. And we have vampire energy. Yeah, makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. Interesting. I kind of feel like there's some, like, I don't know if it's you or them or both of you. There's going to be this sense that, like, you help each other heal, or you help each other get through something very difficult. Now, it could be something that's happening when you meet this person. It could be happening right after you meet this person. You know, that you experience some sort of loss and this person like really steps up for you. All right. Virgo, they're seeing you as the beggar archetype, confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. So they see you as somebody who's empowered. They see you as somebody who's really been through it. Again, I kind of feel like both of you have been through it. And they see you as humble, compassionate, and having strong self-esteem. All right, with the Knight of Swords, again, I feel like this is going to be a connection. I mean, again, this is your future spouse reading. Things may move kind of quickly, okay? Even if there's initial kind of hesitation, I don't want to rush things, but I feel like things are quite in alignment here with the two of you. I feel like there's clarity, there's truth, there's honesty, there's good communication, and that kind of moves things along quickly and easily is what I'm getting. This person engages fully rather than projecting far ahead. Connection unfolds naturally. Okay. And we have emotional safety. This connection supports softness, trust, and nervous system ease. Yeah, and it kind of feels like you're being brought together for a reason, right? This is a very healing connection. It deepens where you feel safe to be fully yourself. And also, I think you're going to be more open, more authentic with this person than maybe you have been with anybody else, Virgo. All right, and balancing independence and intimacy. This connection asks you to hold space for selfhood and closeness equally. Yeah, so to me, I'm getting there's healthy space and room to breathe, despite this intensity here. Sorry, I'm just laughing at me struggling to speak English today. All right, and again, this connection helps you discern resonance from projection, so you're going to recognize alignment here. And we see mutual recognition. This connection holds the potential for shared awareness and understanding. Beautiful. I love that. So you two, this is why this connection lasts. All right, my lovely Virgos, let's see what else we need to know here. What else do my Virgos need to know here, please? What else do my Virgos need to know here, please? Okay, lasting love. So this is not just going to be, a quick marriage, right? This is your true love. This is meant to last. Memento, we get this gift-giving energy. All right, so a gift from someone special. Again, Virgos, you guys are givers as well. So when two givers come together, it's a beautiful thing. There's a lot of synchronicities with the Cancerian reading. You may want to check that out. We see best friend. It might start off as friends first. It's vital to your romance. Feelings deepen and blossom. Okay, but this is also, your best friend and lover here, Virgo. And it's going to happen unexpectedly or be with an unexpected person. This person's going to be very physical, very affectionate. Their love language is going to be like cuddling, touching. And we see magnetism. There's a gravitational pull towards each other, which tells me you're not going to really be able to miss each other, okay? So don't worry. There's already this, this sacred, invisible cord between the two of you. Some of my Virgos, you're not quite ready yet, or maybe you're still healing, or maybe you're, clearing out, karmic relationships right now. We see the month of April. So between now and April, okay, we're in March. All right. But Spirit's saying you're not really meant to know. All right. So I'm going to leave it here, my lovely Virgos, sending you love and light. Take care.